Sunfoil, the official sponsor of Chalo Let's Cook.
Out of hundreds of nationwide culinary hopefuls, we have sliced it down to a handful of aspiring home cooks that will compete in SA's first ever halal cooking competition. 65,000 Rand worth of prizes are up for grabs as things are about to get extra heated.
My body was tensing up, my stomach was like knotted.
And extra spicy.
I don't know how to spell loser.
Chalo, let's cook with Sunfoil.
Merhaba. We are here at the Nizamiye Complex in Midrand, where our contestants will be making a Turkish-themed meal using this mystery dabba, all of the ingredients inside, on the braai to recreate a Turkish meal. They will be judged at the Manti restaurant, right here at the complex. Hadi, yemek yapalım. Chalo, let's cook.
We went to the Nizamiye Mosque in Midrand, an absolutely beautiful location, a place very close to my heart. We do go there sometimes to go and do some Ramadan prayers in the night. So welcoming, the air was so fresh. And obviously knowing that we're going to be around that area, it had to be something Turkish. What was it going to be? We didn't know yet. We were thrown into the deep end.
Merhaba, günaydın ve selamun aleyküm. Bugün mangal yapıyoruz. Today we are going to make a braai. Not just any braai, a Turkish braai. And I know you're feeling cold, but you have to light your own braai to get warm.
I have no experience with Turkish food at all. But so, because I knew we were going to the Turkish Mosque, I knew somehow there had to be like Turkish stuff.
On this table, you will find 6 mystery dabbas. And they are called Daboos Dabbas. You don't want to be a Daboo today. You will also find the safety goggles, which you need to wear. Sponsored by Osman's Optical, of course. Wear them to protect your eyes from the smoke. Are you guys ready?
Turkish food is basically a lot of meats, dry meats, basically either in a kebab form or on their own. Very mild spicing.
Bu kızım inanç. This is my daughter Iman, and she's going to count you down in Turkish, of course. İyi şanslar.
3, 2, 1, get!
A whole different experience because we've never on the braai stand. That's a man's job, and it's totally pushed into deep water.
Yeah, we all. That's what
This
a
is not my
husband's
job.
especially in South Africa.
Just the salad.
Every husband's job is
It's
to
the braai,
start the
it's
braai.
day off.
I agree with you.
And we buy the meat ready marinade.
Have you ever lit a braai before?
Never.
Never.
Never ever. And I don't even take the interest in seeing how he does it.
Oh.
I didn't understand that we have to make something Turkish, but I didn't know what it was supposed to be. And when I saw the braai stand and when they said we have to make our own braai, immediately I thought of my sister-in-law because she kind of told me. Maybe my dad, actually my sister-in-law will be very, very, very proud because she kind of taught me this and I didn't concentrate.
Never ever braaied before. I've never made a fire before. This doesn't look safe. I feel like I'm gonna catch on fire. So that was like a first. Pretty windy though. Can I close it? So.
Then we had to use the ingredients from the dabba. You do become a bit panicked because you're not sure if you'll be able to incorporate each one of them.
We've got some chicken fillet, a piece of steak, some oil, tomato paste, sumac, green chili, pepper, onions, and yogurt and a tomato.
So it's Turkish, so we're gonna go do some kind of kebab.
It's a display.
Yeah, it's a display
oh,
board.
oh,
I need
sorry.
to take it back. Sorry. There's
Sorry,
only one
sorry.
board you have to
That's
share.
shame.
That's part of the challenge.
Oh shoot. We were given no utensils, or besides a knife, and one chopping board to share among 6 of us, which we ended up taking like lids and all random things to make chopping boards for everybody else. A beautiful piece of steak here though, so gonna try and do some kind of kebab. Yeah, let's just see what happens. Is there another chopping board by any chance?
No.
Okay, that's nice. The most challenging part for me was not having my own space and having to work on that table with everyone. That was challenging, but I really, really enjoyed it. It gave me a bit of a thrill.
Our interpretation again of Turkish is something else, so it's more like an Indian South African Turkish.
40 minutes left, ladies. You should be getting your meat on those hot stoves, I would say.
I made the mince and I made a kebab called an Adana kebab. I skewered that. I'm making some kube, that's Turkish kebab, they say kub. I made some Adana kebab here. And I've made Turkish filet, Turkish spices only. There's no time to actually peep and see whatever else everybody's doing. And you know, you just let your imagination take the best of you.
Tried to make my own mincemeat by chopping up some steak and chicken very, very finely to try and get a kebab out of it. I don't want to do things too early as well. I don't want to overcook anything, so just trying to put down.
So I'm going to do a doner. Once I'm done here, I'm going to just stack it up on an onion. So it's basically stacked chicken that you have to carve off. I have done that stacked doner before in my own way. So when I saw the ingredients in the box, I just knew that I had to do that.
So I have some, I don't know what this is called, but it's like chicken skewers. And I made some kebabs. Yeah, steak kebabs, I think. Yeah.
This is the shish tavuk. So in Turkish, it's basically like a chicken kebab. And this one here, so I decided to do something a bit different, like how a shawarma is. I decided to do it the other way. Well, so a shawarma on a braai, I'm guessing.
Turkish food is normally simple. It's not too stylish. It's like they just put everything, whatever they got, onto the plate. So I went with the simpleness. I just made a kebab and some chicken skewers. Kept it simple. Salt, the chili powders, onion, pepper, and a little lemon juice.
So the steak, I just want to shred it kind of, so it's easier and people can just take a piece off. And this will be like that, and you just carve the meat off from here. I was concerned about the steak being underdone or overcooked because I don't normally know when it's like at its best.
I found like there was not enough space to work because we all had to use one table. And I think we were allowed 2 bowls each, if I'm not mistaken, and somebody also swiped my bowl in there. So we had to make do with what we had. So I'm plating with this char grilled, saucy, this pepper.
Got a bit worried because I think at some point everyone was like done and plated, and I was just like, I don't think my stuff are cooked yet.
Ladies, time is up. 3, 2, beer. Finished.
And I don't think we want to see meat after that event. It was too meaty.
How was the challenge?
Okay.
Huh? You guys okay?
Yeah.
Some of you never bribed before.
Yes.
And look, we have full platters. Halime Sultan is throwing us. We're doing a Salt Bay act there first.
I told you we're gonna do a sprinkle. Assalamu alaikum. I'm Halima. I've done some chicken cubes. Okay, these two are prepared 2 ways. This was on a skewer, so it was fried on top of the grill, and the other was in a foil in the coal. The other, we have some steak strips over there, and then I've made my own homemade statements, handmade statements, literally, for the Adana kebab. We have a yogurt dip, And then we have some of the tomato and onion radish there, the esme.
What was your experience like working on the outside today?
I love it. I love it. I love the braai. I love the outdoors. So for me, I was like in my element in a way. Started my own braai.
Hey, well done, well done. Well done. So, shall we dig in? I think you've just nailed that Turkish spice perfectly because Turkish food isn't that spicy. So the taste for me really does it.
What do you call this one? Adana kebab.
Adana kebab.
And this one, yeah.
This one.
Yeah,
This one,
Adana
yeah.
kebab. But I think inside is little bit raw.
Is it? Yes. I thought it was pretty good. I was happy. I was very confident in it, but I suppose maybe not all the feedback was very confident, which is fine. One judge found something a bit raw, but I didn't feel it raw. I thought maybe it was just medium. It wasn't completely well done.
I think
Just slightly. Yeah. What do you think? Yeah.
And this was the steak. I hope the steak is good.
the steak is tender. It's really nice.
The
And the
steak.
flavor, yes.
Okay. I'm confident in my abilities, and I mean, under pressure we crack, and sometimes other people don't take it how you want it to be eaten, or it's one of those things.
It isn't easy cooking in an outdoor space over a charcoal braai, but
Okay.
a good effort. Well done.
Okay. Thank you.
I really don't know what is what, but I'm hoping for the best.
I made a Turkish doner.
Turkish?
Doner. I think it's called a doner. Is it?
Dona.
Is that how it's
Turkish
pronounced?
Döner.
I don't know. Okay. So I tried to make that, yeah. And
Shawarma you meant. Döner means shawarma in English.
yes, the one that they
Yeah,
carve.
shawarma, right?
Yes, so I tried to make something like that. It was inspired by that. And what I said was a doner. It wasn't that to her.
Your dish actually looks really nice.
Yeah.
Very well presented. Yes. I love the steak. I think you seasoned it well with the spices that you were given. The sumac taste actually comes out really well.
Yeah, your tzatziki also was tasty. But next time you can cut like smaller.
Okay.
And more yogurt also.
Okay.
But nice.
Cacık.
Tzatziki.
Tzatziki, yeah. This one is cucumber. It's little bit, it's gonna too small.
Small.
Yeah.
And more yogurt.
Okay.
But that's all. Well done.
Well done.
You can never be too confident and too sure. It can be you any day.
Well, I wasn't sure at that moment because it was like so much happening. I didn't know. I just wanted to present and get done, basically. I've made some shish tavuk. And okay, so this is like the beef. It's basically like shawarma type, but on the skewer and on a braai.
Steak is cooked well. It's not dry. The flavor is good. The chicken also, the flavor it's good. It's not dry. I'm not getting too much of the sumac, but the only complaint I have is this is like super salty, or there's something in there. There's just a lot of it. Okay. I don't know. Did you put salt in it, or what did you?
I did put like salt.
Yeah,
So
I
it's
think
probably
I think it's about too much of salt.
too much salt in my tzatziki, and I think chicken a little bit. It was undercooked.
Şey de pişmemişti, tavuk da pişmemişti. Ette değişik bir tat var.
She says chicken is little bit raw.
The presentation, excellent. I love the color on the board, and it is quite tasty.
I don't know how to spell loser. I prepared for you a Turkish platter with all Turkish ingredients. Given the time limit, I think we did well.
Very confident. I like that. Are you used to making Turkish food?
Actually, I was given an opportunity once before. I had a birthday party for my daughter, which I did a Turkish theme. And my kids love Turkish food because I think they're tired of the traditional Indian food. But we go often to eat at a Turkish restaurant. Overall, they were impressed with the meats.
Is that the shish kebab?
This is the shish kebab.
Adana.
Oh, is that the Adana?
Adana.
Okay.
Adana.
The chicken is cooked well. The taste is good. The steak is, I think, slightly underdone for me. I prefer something more well done, but the taste is good. I can taste the sumac and I can taste a lot of lemon. But the presentation is on par, well done, and the tzatziki is that also? It's also quite tasty.
Tomato in tzatziki, not for me. Maybe for you it's fine.
She clearly said to me, tomato doesn't go in Turkish tzatziki. So I didn't defend that. I took it with a pinch of salt.
Güzel.
Presentation is nice, she says. Anything else?
That's all.
But cezakallah.
Thank you.
Ellerine sağlık.
We're gonna learn. Yeah, I think I did pretty well.
I was nervous with the two new faces, and especially since they specialize in it, feel or from their background of like they Turks.
Do you cook a lot outdoors?
Do you mean like braai or poiki
Yes.
or no? Not my thing.
And how did you start your braai? Did you do it yourself?
I just went with whatever. The fire also died.
Oh no!
But we got there. Some stuff was a bit dry, so there was negative feedback.
Okay, so the chicken, I do think that it's overcooked. It's slightly dry.
Okay.
The flavor is good.
But I think that's what makes you stronger.
Yeah, chicken is a little bit raw, but I loved your kebab. It was perfect. And tzatziki, it was had little bit salt, but it was nice and simple.
When I look at the others, what they presented, my one looks very much simpler compared to theirs. So I was really nervous.
I agree with all three of them. The tzatziki is too salty for me. The kebab's on par. Well done with that. It's perfect. The chicken, I found it a bit too dry, but it's well seasoned, and presentation-wise, it could have been better, but well done.
I didn't expect to see a Turkish judge. I thought like, okay, it's just this must be a joke. But today I made some kebabs, some chicken skewers, I'm not sure what it's called. And then this is just grilled chicken as well.
And your sauces, what are they?
So that one there is just plain yogurt. And then this one here is just a sauce I made. It's yogurt with some sumac. It is a little bit of jana and rosemary just on top.
The kebab is amazing. I love the flavor. It's well balanced. It's really good. You are the only one that incorporated the peppers into the kebab. The chicken is slightly dry, but the flavor is good.
They said they liked the spicing, everything was good. The use of the pepper in the kebab, that's how the Turkish do it. They did say it was a bit dry, but I blame that on the weather conditions. It wasn't me.
Etler birazcık şey olmuş.
Susuz. Dry. And she says kebab is too dry.
It's your fine tasty.
Yogurt, the other one, not
Yeah,
plain.
this one.
Other yogurt is fine, delicious. Chicken,
That's all. Chicken is dry.
chicken also is dry.
I think tomorrow is my day to go because I don't know, everyone cooks really well, but I'm not that confident. I don't want to go home, but then I also don't feel that confident, like, am I going to stay, am I not? So I don't know what to expect and I don't know how to feel.
Allo, assalamu alaikum, and welcome to Chalo Let's Cook. Yesterday, we visited the Turkish Masjid in Nizamiye. Because it was such a hard challenge, none of you will be going home from the Turkish Mosque episode. However, al-yom, today, we will be doing a special challenge. At the end of this episode, 2 of you will be going home. And 1 of you will head straight into the final and skip a cook tomorrow.
The good part was no one was going on. But I think it gets more difficult into it when we have to say goodbye to more.
Today we pay respect to our beloved Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, our prophet, whose diet was one of a healthy diet, wasn't a lavish or wasteful diet. And in front of you, you'll see ingredients that were beloved to him, which he included in his diet. Meat is not on the menu today, as meat was only served as a luxury item during his time. You will need to use a core ingredient for your cook. So here I have black seed, also known as kulunji from Chohan spices. So you have dates in your plate as well. I would suggest you use them. We know the famous hadith where the Prophet ﷺ said that if a person eats 7 ajwa dates in the morning, he will be protected from poison and magic for the day that he eats them. You will need to use 3 of your ingredients in front of you. And you are only allowed to use 5 ingredients from the supermarket. Because as we said, the Prophet ﷺ never wasted any food. You need to prepare 1 dish, but 3 portions. We have 3 judges. 1 dish, it can be a starter, a main, or a dessert. And yes, time to begin. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Go for it. You have 15 minutes in the pantry, and I'll meet you back here.
It's scary. But no one's going home, but the challenge is going to be there. It's going to get heated.
Sunfoil, the official sponsor of Chalo Let's Cook.